Welcome back. This is Byron Holloway, and we are on Excel for Busy Salespeople, Lesson 16, Custom Maps. So we're going to start with the data set that we've been using since Lesson 7, which is the pivot table data set. And we want to go through and actually figure out where these customers are on a map. And hopefully, when we're going out to make sales calls, we want to make sure we hit all of the high value customers in a local market at the same time. So, the first thing we need to do is prepare the data. So, I'm going to start by uh, getting rid of the principal and the part number and all that stuff. All I want is the customer name, city, state, zip, and the grand total. So now I've got pretty much what I want. I'm going to go ahead and create a new tab here, and I'll call this tab Map Data. And I should have brought my labels over, but I'll just say here customer, city, state, zip, and sales. All right, so there I've got my basic data set. So this is essentially everything I need to import this file. So now, what all I really want is I want this data in a tab all by itself. So I will choose File and Save As. And in this case, I've already created a file so called Custom Maps Import File. Yeah, I'm going to replace it. So now that I've got that file, I can actually do away with all of these other sheets. I'm just going to press Control and select them all together real quick. So now I have a very simple spreadsheet that there's no live data, there's no lookup tables, it's just a row, uh, just a series of entries. Now, I know that this is going to cause me trouble in a minute, but that'll be a good exercise for what happens when you do have data exceptions. So now we're ready to import this into our online map. So I'm going to go to mymaps.google.com, which is different from maps.google.com. These are actually maps that I've created with my own data. So I will create a new map. Now it's saying, okay, I need to import some data to put on this map. So I'm going to choose Import. Let me move this over just a little bit. It won't let me. So now all I want to do is I've got my custom maps import file, which is just this flat file. I'm going to drag it over. Okay, so now it's telling me, how do I know where to put the pins? So use city, state, and zip to locate where to put it on the map. And continue. Now it's asking what's the title for each pin. So it'll be the customer name and finish. So fairly small data set. It put all of my customers on the map and it said, hey, you had one error. So I'm going to open the data table and it says, I don't know where to put this pin. So I'm just going to edit that out. Click OK. Now all of my pins have been placed on the map. And if I click on any one of them, it'll tell me the customer name, where it's located, and the sales total. Now, it would be helpful if I could see the sales total on the map when I clicked. So I'm going to go here into the style and choose my data labels as the sales dollars. So now when I zoom in, I can see for each customer what the dollar value is. And then if I'm interested in clicking on it, I can say, okay, here's each customer and the data size. Now, there are way more sophisticated tools for doing this with heat maps and everything else. But for the most part, they cost a good deal of extra money. The new version, Office 365, also offers data mapping features that are built in, so you don't have to necessarily go through some of the third-party options. But if you are stuck using one of the older versions of Excel, and the good thing about this process is it works on any version of Excel, or no, I mean, it doesn't have to be Excel. It can be other third-party spreadsheet programs. But just showing you how you can import a set of data on the map and then set the data label as the sales volume, and then you'll know where to go when you're going out to make sales calls. Who are your largest customers by dollar value in a particular area. So that's going to wrap it up for this lesson. I hope you join me next time. We have a couple more interesting lessons, and we'll see you next time.